You see, because once you understand that the whole society, everything that you do, see, and hear is dealing with sexual energy.
Right.
You see, so, but what we can do, there are many things that we can do on a sexual level. As I said before, as your sexual, your orgasm resonates the same as the thought. So you connect those thoughts together. You see, women should never have many lovers. You know, of many lovers, because what happens is men semen leave behind thoughts. They leave behind thoughts. So when if she has more than one or two lovers a week, two or three different people, what happens is she becomes scattered and confused because she's getting different thoughts from different places. And she's confused with her own thoughts. You see, because once you understand that the whole society, everything that you do, see, and hear is dealing with sexual energy.
Right.
You see, so, but what we can do, there are many things that we can do on a sexual level. As I said before, as your sexual, your orgasm resonates the same as the thought. So you connect those thoughts together. You see, women should never have many lovers. You know, of many lovers, because what happens is men semen leave behind thoughts. They leave behind thoughts. So when if she has more than one or two lovers a week, two or three different people, what happens is she becomes scattered and confused because she's getting different thoughts from different places. And she's confused with her own thoughts. When that doesn't happen over a period of time, the black hole has a lot of what's called magnetic energy. So that magnetic energy begins to attract things on the astral plane that you may attribute to angels or this, that, or whatever. She becomes very open to entities there are so many different types, astral zombies, imps are implants, you have psychic implants, you have all kind of things that you must protect yourself 24/7 in the day that we live in right now. If you do not do that, and you are emotionally disturbed and open sexually because of the lack of it, then you are open to pulling in these different entities, and they will come in and produce. When that doesn't happen over a period of time, the black hole has a lot of what's called magnetic energy. So that magnetic energy begins to attract things on the astral plane that you may attribute to angels or this, that, or whatever. She becomes very open to entities there are so many different types, astral zombies, imps are implants, you have psychic implants, you have all kind of things that you must protect yourself 24/7 in the day that we live in right now. If you do not do that, and you are emotionally disturbed and open sexually because of the lack of it, then you are open to pulling in these different entities, and they will come in.
Good evening, everyone. That was Azazel Bey, who is no longer with us on this earth. And he was speaking about women, in particular, women who have multiple partners, and the result of women who have multiple partners and what happens to them. He was also speaking about how it's easy for these demons, these deities, these demonic beings to become attached to women via intercourse, sexual intercourse. So as you know, that's our topic tonight, sex magic. And so we are going to go into the devilish demonic part first, as that's the way we need to start, right? So where do we start? Where do I start? How did I even get to this topic? Well, as some of you may or may not know in the previous video, there are some sort of devilish, malicious, toxic people that have been doing some horrible, terrible things. And one of the things that they were doing was magic, sex magic. And so they were misusing and abusing sex magic in one of these instances. I don't know any of them but one guy. And of course, I explained in the previous video, I met him in a chat group that was managed by Hank Risenson and I, Magnus Crystals and Pyramids. He offered a product in the chat, and prior to purchasing or doing business with him, I called Hank Risenson and I said, is this a good person to do business with? Do you recommend him? And Hank Risenson said, yeah, he's just a light-skinned guy from around the way. And so I thought it was safe. I purchased the order. I gave him my address. And at that time, I did not know that he was a stalker, that he had stalked another woman prior to me. This information I was not privy to. I did not know he was not capable of dealing with rejection. He's used to women accepting him as he is. So he's basically superficial, self-centered, shallow conversations, always concerned about his looks and his rap video that he did umpteen years ago. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but that's the way that he was. So I was listening to him. You know, I've pretty much known him for approximately 2 months. He lives in Philadelphia. He traveled to New York every 2 weeks. Half the time I wasn't in New York because I myself travel also. So I hardly know him. I barely saw him. So during the 2 weeks, we did stay in communication. And so, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if with his products, he doused in a little bit of witchcraft with delivering his products, because he claimed to be a Reiki person and to do massages. I wouldn't be surprised if he attached some witchcraft to that too. But over the 8 weeks, I realized how shallow the conversations were. I mean, it was one point where he was comparing my eyelashes to his daughter. And I thought, is this really important? Like, why are we talking about this? Unless you're selling makeup or hair or, you know, some feminine product, I'm not really sure where this conversation is going. And so I should have looked at that as a red flag, considering the way he flows. Another conversation was his concern about a mark on his cheek and how it didn't make him look fine enough. It didn't make him look cute enough. And I was like, okay. After a couple of weeks, these type of conversations, I said, you know what? This is really not for me. And, you know, he was using his usual player moves to get women in bed. And I just said it just was not for me. I could see this guy, he thought he was a player, God's gift to women. So like the gentle lady that I am, I bowed out gracefully and went on my way. Let's be clear about my reputation. No man from the so-called conscious community can say that he felt the inside of my vagina. No man from the Tantra community could say that he knocked my boots. No man from the psychedelic community can say that he tapped Miss Bliss' ass. That's right. So that all of you know that Miss Bliss knows what she likes. And I ain't going to settle for no low level, little depth, shallow, superficial, surface level, self-centered, conceited, non-doer, naysayer man who walks around regurgitating typical conscious community phrases to trap women. My mama and daddy raised me better than that. Those type of men that rely on their looks can stay out there with women who believe that complexion and the pretty face is important. Y'all can have them, because the first thing that I look at is a man's heart and how he treats me and how he treats other people. The second thing I look at is his intellect, how he thinks. What are his plans for the future, for the Black community? And if I was with him, how would I embellish and articulate those plans into reality, into 3D? That's right. It's not about looks or low vibration conversation. It's not about men who like a parrot repeat that conscious community verbiage. That's trickery. Nah, bruh. What are you doing? Or what have you done lately? These games might be okay with those women you've run game on, but it's not okay with me. I have dated some of the blackest, blue black, I mean blickety black men straight from Africa. And baby, I be loving every minute of it, every second of it. And that's right. I have dated caramel brothers from the Caribbean. My, oh my. And it's one thing that I could say that these men have in common is their heart space, their mindset, the way that they think. That is extremely attractive to me, at least. I have dated straight guys from the hood. Yeah, your regular, degular niggas from the hood. Who, by the way, are very loyal, more dedicated, and about protecting me and my peace and other women around them. So now that you know, I don't have to spread my legs to get what I want. So while you are the player, and now you think I'm the coach, but baby, let's be real. I'm the owner of the motherfucking team. So now you know. I didn't come here to play games. I'm not doing this for play. So you can go play house with someone else. Now, moving forward, who is he partners with? Well, like I said, I never met her and I don't know, right? But we're talking about malignant, mean, manipulative, demonic, evil, crazy, toxic, narcissistic people, right? Oh, she's definitely a Jezebel, right? She's an agent of chaos and destruction with no true desire for peace, and she knows not her purpose. She ignores all of the spiritual signs and relatively all of the red flags. Hence why she's in the situation she's in right now. She's always plotting, scheming, lying, fighting, and hating. She's a troublemaker. She's a shit starter. She's clearly intimidated by me for a number of reasons. She can't raise her vibration or open her heart to love. And thus, she feels the need to do spells to acquire whatever she wants. She lacks insight and guidance. She's spiritually broken. And many demons have the power and the authority over her. She's jealous because she can't produce fruit. What's falling off of her tree is barren. She's a prostitute who spreads her legs for money. Now that obviously can't be easy, I admit. But she ceased to know how I manifest with my legs closed because she can't relate. So she lies about me doing the same thing that she does. But I know that my body is sacred and I don't share my precious yoni with just anyone. I know my worth and my value. And just to be clear, because I know she's watching, your man's eggplant did not enter my yoni. Just to be clear. And maybe that's why he's obsessed also. He's probably curious. You see, you seem to think that there's a position for me to fill. But honey, I never applied for the job. I know that I'm working with a powerful pussy portal over here. This is sacred. And I know you need to fix yours. You need a vagina exorcism. Let me say that again. You need a vagina exorcism, a ceremony to remove all of those STDs. That's what I would recommend if I was your spiritual practitioner. A truly divine woman who knows her worth can help a man manifest the kingdom via the use of her spiritual assets and her sexual energy. Whatever he has, she can definitely multiply it. You, on the other hand, I know what you are, you Jezebel. You drain men, you suck them dry, and you leave them exhausted. Your yoni is like a dumpster where all the men come to drop their trash. Unfortunately, you haven't figured out how to transmute that, and you never will. You're emotionally unstable, mentally disabled, spiritually broken. You're fake, you're a phony, you're a copycat. You're weak because you let demons control you. Only a weak woman will allow a demon to enter her and then control her. You're unladylike and you have a bad behavior. You're a bully. That's why you were talking about me for 2 years. And I never said a word. I just observed and I watched. I let karma build up. Like I said before, I had no idea who you were. In the words of the housewife, Evelyn Lozado, you were a non-motherfucking factor. Your future is non-existent. And basically you're done. It's over. It's curtains. And you know it. I know what you're doing. And I know what you're going through. I know you refuse to stop and face the truth. Most importantly, I know how this is going to end. Everyone who knows this woman and who's listening, because I know some of y'all know her, because I know they got y'all watching the channel. Pay attention, because she's going to try to hide the effects of what's happening to her. She's going to try to deny every single thing that she's been doing for the past 2 years with this man. But I tell you right now, this type of stuff was happening to both of them is nothing that can be hidden. And for their little coven, their little followers, their little groupies. Now these knuckleheads, these people with their mental defects and anomalies, these parrot repeat what they hear people with the brain capacity of a gnat have the nerve to try sex magic. The audacity. These incompetent boofs ain't worth 2 pennies that their parents paid for them. That's right. 1 penny from the mama and 1 penny from the daddy. 2 cents. Now, of course, their witchcraft includes psychological warfare. Let me tell you something. These people are malignant narcissists. They're hostile, spiteful, and it's like an infection to the others. They feel entitled. They're cruel, manipulative. They retaliate if they are exposed. And guess what? I exposed them a long time ago, so that's over with. They love to hate and hurt people. These are public figures who gaslight a whole community into fear or manipulation. They become paranoid if their behavior is exposed. Because remember, a narcissist never wants you to know what they're doing. They always want to appear like they're good, smart, intelligent, positive people. No, they never want you to know what they're doing behind the scenes because magic is difficult to prove. This is why I waited 2 years. Watch them. Watch this couple from Philadelphia and anyone who's around them. See how their life changed for the worse. They're emotionally and psychologically dangerous. They enjoy breaking people down and belittling them. They use fear to control people and to dominate their followers, their listeners, or their community, or even, in this instance, their groupies. All while at the same time they're playing victim. This is a personality disorder. People like this lack empathy for others, and they damn sure don't feel shame for what they have done. Their behavior crosses emotional, psychological, and mental boundaries. They can be charming, intelligent, and of course, we're talking about the spiritual community. Of course, we're talking about our lovely conscious community, right? But underneath all of this is a core built on control and cruelty. They are dangerous because your community won't grow with these types of people. And what have I seen over the past 2 years? Well, I've seen y'all throw away some good people. I've seen y'all toss these people away due to the slander and the gossip and the bullying from people who look like you. And this is done on purpose, but you allow them to manipulate your mind and steer you into the wrong direction. These people don't love themselves due to childhood trauma that was never addressed. So how can they love you? So you listen to the negative Nancy's, the Debbie Downers, as they guide you away from something that could actually help and heal the Black community. Because these narcissists, you see, they have big egos. They're arrogant. They're controlling. They're basically gatekeepers. Gatekeepers tend to feel that there's no room for something fresh, something new, something bright and shiny, because they want to be the only ones like this. Yes. So you allow them to trick you into tossing away good people, valuable people. And guess what? These are the same people who could have brought you the emergency housing that you're going to need. The same people who could have gotten that farm to feed the community. The same people who are actually serious about building a school. And so now you don't have access to them and the community fails. Y'all better wake up to who is real in your life, who is solid, and who is good people in your life. These people are mind manipulators, controlling your thoughts. You have to think for yourself. You have to be observant. You have to be aware. You have to be watchful. And I mean this in a loving way. I mean, we're seeking true unity, aren't we, as the Black community? Isn't that what we're always talking about? Loving one another, helping one another, supporting one another. Isn't that what everyone in that community is always talking about? And aren't you surprised to hear that this is going on while others know about it from the same community? I'm talking about really working together. These people are playing puppet master with you. This is a system of narcissistic beings who are gatekeepers. They want to control who enters, who leads. They want to decide what's going on. But who the fuck are they to decide who can speak, who can present, and who can lead, especially since they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. These people refuse to mature, refuse to grow, love to hate, love to be childish, don't want to face their demons, don't want to be held accountable for their actions, want to play victim when I burn the bridge. Fail to do the necessary work to elevate. And most importantly, they scare people. They scare others to think that they have to be frightened to show support of people who they actually like, people who they think are dope, people who they think is fly, people who they think is chill and cool. but they don't want to support this person because they're fearful or they're afraid that someone from that community is going to see them or say something. What type of intimidation tactic is that? You're waiting for the approval of one of your gatekeepers? People out here are waiting for these narcissistic ringleaders to give the nod of a head of approval? Can you imagine allowing someone to scare you into deciding who you like or who you rock with? Oh, I can't make a comment because someone might see me, even though I agree. I mean, are we talking about adults here? People with their own brains? Wait a minute. Is that love? Is that unity? Well, let me tell you something, just in case y'all didn't know. Me, Miss Bliss, I am a loving person. I am kind. I am generous. I am empathic and nurturing. But don't take none of that shit for weakness. I have no problem adapting to your poisonous environment with your insidious ways. I can get down with the best of them. Don't let the looks fool you, honey. Or don't let the kind heart deceive you. Because my cutoff game is strong. Yeah, ask your man. And ask the other ones too. And I have no problem going into the deep shadows. I have no problem destroying a system that has absolutely never worked. This is why y'all clicked up to go against me. You thought I would fold. You thought I was a coward like you. You thought all those numbers would frighten me. But you didn't know that I don't need 100 yes men around me. I'm at peace, balance, and harmony. I'm manifesting with love over here. Yes, I'm doing great in my own frequency of love and DNA of intelligence. I'm surrounded by good people. I have all the support I need. Your ringleaders and your gatekeepers need to feed off of your energy. I have my own power plant over here. I don't have to collaborate with disconnected, disheartened people. I don't care about your silly competition. No one can tell me my worth, and I'm not competing with anyone other than myself. I'm tearing this shit down by myself. So who you stopping? You're not stopping me. You're not blocking me. Karma gave you time. You had grace, but you kept going. You laughed, you lied, you manipulated, and charmed your way into having people believe the stuff you said about me. Karma is kicking in the door now. Now you wish that you could apologize. Do reversal spells? Did I hear that correct? Somebody trying to do reversal spells? Somebody trying to do stop karma spells? Somebody trying to do forgive me spells? Somebody is trying to do protection spells, or a lot of y'all trying to do protection spells. And those same hands that you use to do those spells are the same hands that you now are praying with. So now y'all have an idea what's involved, who's involved, how they move. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more. There's lots more. I mean, this is like a sloppy, orchestrated takedown. This is like a half-assed planned idea to destroy me. These people are monsters in your community. They're deranged and they're definitely demonic. And trust and believe, they have you under a spell too. Why do you think it took you so long to figure it out? These people do spell work on almost anyone that they meet. Why do you think you listen to the gossip and the slander from the beginning? At times, you were probably trying to rationalize your involvement in this chaos. You have to reflect on the fact that you were victims too. So now, oh yeah, they're watching. And they're going to try to switch it up. Maybe even placate the situation and say things like, oh, it's not that bad. We were just joking. We were just having fun. Oh, she's actually the one bothering me. She's the one attacking me. Or playing the victim, trying to analyze what I say so that they could be prepared to defend themselves. when I don't even know who they are. But why do you think I kept quiet for 2 years? To let it build up. I was actually hoping they would stop, but they kept going. I let you run amok like the dogs that you are. But now the chickens are coming home to roost. All hell is breaking loose. Oh shit, this is real now. Y'all going through it. Isn't this the magic that you wanted? Isn't this what you put out in the universe? Oh, I get it. It was okay for you to do it to me, but you can't handle it. Typical cowards. Karma's spinning a block, and these ringleaders had better be ready. These gatekeepers, these haters, these people who try to block others' success. I know you're feeling it. Spirit ain't gonna have no mercy on you. Now, let's move on to the topic of sexual magic. First, we're going to discuss love. And when I get through with this, you're going to know why none of this sexual magic worked. But not only that, if you can put 2 and 2 together, you'll be able to figure out why absolutely none of their magic worked. And we're talking about at least up to 40 some odd spells. Most of them done over and over and over again. But however, we know they're crazy, right? We know they have a screw loose, because the definition of insanity is when you do something over and over again, expecting different results. So there you have it. So, sexual magic. Now, how are you going to do sexual magic without love? Love of your own people, love of mankind. You are full of hate and full of malice. It will never work, hence why it never did. So y'all heard what I read a few minutes ago. These are the type of people that we're dealing with. So what exactly is love? Yeah, let's go on to what love is supposed to be. Love is more than an emotion or a romantic stance or even a feeling. Love is the primordial substance of all things around us. This is the cosmos. This is the energy all around us. Love has been here since the beginning of time. Real love is deep affection beyond the description of words. Love is a vibration from the universe, the source itself. Love is the original frequency of unity. Let me repeat that for you. Love is the original frequency of unity. Black people. Therefore, you cannot have unity if your community lacks love. I'll say it again. Therefore, you cannot have unity if your community lacks love. So, if there's no love, there's no unity, then there's no magic. All right, let's piece it together now. Love is the awareness that everything is one. So, if you have a mindset that I am not you, you are not me, and thus you need to compete against me, or you feel you need to harm me for no good reason, and others in that community know that you are doing this, then unity and love cease to exist around you. Love is the intelligence in your DNA, the knowing, the idea that if you hurt me, then you hurt the community. It's the notion that if you fail in your endeavors, then the community comes together and holds you up, dust you off, and encourage you to try again. Because if you fail, then we as a people fail. Love is the original channel within the cosmos. We are all divine beings. So what demon is within you that makes you think that what you did is okay? To gang up on one woman. What demonic entity is inside of you because of your sexual magic? As the brother Azazel mentioned, many demons can enter the women. What type of community sits around and watch or co-sign or engage upon verbally, emotionally, and psychologically attacking a woman who has never argued with you, never stole from you, never fought you, never hated you, never attacked you? All she did was choose not to be around you. That's all. And we all have options now, don't we? But I ask you, is that love? Is that unity? Is that what your community represents? Interesting. All right. So let's talk about the frequency. That music I was playing earlier is the frequency of love. If you are not in the frequency of love and you're attempting to do sex magic and you're focusing on a person, then it's not going to work. It's going to backfire. And when I say backfire, what I mean is that it doesn't affect me, the victim, the person you are trying to attack. All it does is revert back to you. Yeah, let's get into it. So, when you're actually doing sex magic with love involved, you feel the pulse of the cosmos. You feel the heartbeat of the earth. And for those of you who don't know what love is and you don't know what this heartbeat feels like, I recommend you go take your butt up into the mountains and you try some of that wachuma. Yeah, that'll get you showing what the heartbeat is like of the earth. Then you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, this love frequency is in you and around you. That's right. I'm talking about the 528 hertz, where you can get into the rhythmic movement pumping inside of you, where you take in your partner's feelings, their worries, their fears, their anxiety, and you calm them and you hold them. You let them feel secure and safe in your arms while you whisper in their ear that everything is going to be okay. Yes, you get to feel that love frequency, 528 hertz. This frequency is able to heal the body, reset the mind, calm your spirit, and bind your souls. This frequency comes to you in waves over the body. The best way I could describe it is like harmonic waves that come over and over again. To accomplish this, though, you have to remove your mask. You know, the mask is something that you think you are. It is not your true, authentic self. It is your counterfeit personality. You have to go deep within your lover and explore and heal the trauma, as opposed to transferring those demons to the person that you're having sexual intercourse with. Sexual intercourse is the oldest religion. It's actually an ancient science. It's a necessary healing modality. When you find your match, when you find your mate, when you find your true lover, your spiritual mate, the person you are equally yoked with. It will awaken something inside of you. This is a spirit within. This is the science of sexual magic. The woman's vagina is the holy grail in this magical system. This is where you do your worshiping, your manifesting. Within her is the creativity. When you have intercourse with the right partner, let me reiterate that. When you have intercourse with the right partner, your ancestors and your spirit guides get excited. Yeah, they are cheering you on because they know that this is a divine connection. But also, intercourse with others, maybe the wrong partner for the wrong reasons, then those disembodied spirits are happy because they're waiting and they're watching. They see the opportunity to take advantage of the union that makes them come alive. Basically, you being with that woman helps them to manifest. Here's the trick. When the man holds his seed, these disembodied spirits cease to manifest within your union with her. In sexual magic, you should never, ever think or focus on your enemy. This is not the time for war. Let me repeat that. In sexual magic, you should never, ever think of or focus on your enemy. This is not the time for war. A lot of people are uneducated about sex magic, and they repeat, regurgitate, and say what they heard without doing their due diligence. And so they make a huge mistake, just as these people from Philadelphia have. You see, the universe already knows what needs to be done. You're supposed to focus your energy on your mate. The man is supposed to focus on the woman, and the woman is supposed to focus on the man. Your job is to please each other, pleasure each other, take each other into bliss. You are supposed to desire each other. Sexual magic is not an ancient religion designed to harm your enemies. I mean, think about it. You're making love. You're raising the frequency. This is cosmic energy. This is your life force. You should be focused on bringing ecstasy to your partner. Y'all know what ecstasy is, right? Yeah, this is that tingling or that vibration at your feet as it comes up through your body. Yeah. When making love, it's an intense affection for the person you are with. You're building a tender, nurturing, caring relationship with that person. Sexual magic is healing. You know, there's women out here that can actually heal you via intercourse. Yes, shout out to the Tantra students. So how in the hell are you thinking that this is a weapon for your enemy? The Black spiritual community is backwards. It's like anyone can feed you any poison because you have a huge following, because you praise the miseducation. The woman's womb is a portal whereby things can travel through it. This portal can receive and deliver. It takes in what the man gives. A portal sucks and pulls things in. The best example is her taking in the semen and then delivering a baby. Why would you think something so beautiful can be changed into an act of war against your enemy? War is conflict. War is fighting. War is hostile. War is the state of anger, hostility, and antagonism. mentally and physically towards your enemy. You are projecting this type of emotional energy while having intercourse with your mate. The only outcome you will get is an empty, miserable, argumentative, chaotic, toxic, spiritually drained partner, which is exactly what you see right now. Complete disorder, disarray, total confusion, turmoil, disharmony, and uproar. Sex is sacred. It's a spiritual union, a divine connection. You have these spiritual practitioners misinforming you regarding a holy divine alignment. The universe is listening to your every thought, and you are projecting warfare on your partner. Ancient sex magic is your inner alchemy, the union of feminine and masculine coming into consciousness and awareness between two raw forms of your energy. This ancient religion is the worship of a heavenly, godly union between you. You are the god, the man, and she is the goddess. The type of sex magic that you're doing is creating a vampire, succubus, portal, a vampire, incubus, projectile. That's right. You're wondering what all that toxicity is coming from? Let me let you know. Let me say that again. The type of sex magic that you're doing is creating a vampire, succubus, portal, or a vampire, incubus, projectile. Is that what you want? Is that the seed you intended on planting? So I'm wondering. So if you got sex magic wrong, and of course it didn't work, then what other magic did you get wrong? I'm getting ready to end this live. But before I go, I'm going to say one thing. Did you know that a lot of magic books and instructions were copied over and over again? And in this copying, things were changed. Words were switched around, talismans were swapped out, spells were adjusted, words were misconstrued in translation, instructions were modified. So, what are these spiritual practitioners really doing? And most importantly, didn't you notice that none of it was working? I mean, 2 years of this type of activity, and you don't know or recognize that nothing in what you do is working? It's definitely insanity. It's definitely demonic and crazy. But are you making a contractual obligation with a metaphysical entity? Yeah, because I know your life is getting worse. Oh yeah, I know about all of that. I know everything that's going on. You're spending all of this money. Oh my goodness, the thousands and thousands of dollars you spent. You spent all of this time that you could have been with your family, time you could have been investing in yourself. You spent all this energy. I know you're drained. I know that. I'm hearing that through the grapevine. Most of these classical, original magic books are different. And to get your hands on one, of them means that you got to have a lot of motherfucking money. And I mean a lot of money to get to the real deal. So who is your metaphysical entity? Or how many of them are attached to you? Considering you did up to 40 rituals over 2 years, over and over, maybe 5, 10, 30. How many? Well, I do know for the guy, last I checked, he had 3 on him. And I don't know how many he has now because I haven't seen him in 2 years. Yeah, I didn't express that because I was told from someone in that community to never express it. But yeah, so now you know, right? You might want to go check that out. But the deed is already done. No turning back now. The spells are irrevocable. It changes the practitioner's life forever. It changes your life forever. Your soul is on the line here. Are these demonic forces that you conjured up within you, obsessing you, causing you to be obsessed, terrifying you, giving you nightmares, loss of sleep, loss of money, homelessness, stress, arguing, fighting, disagreements? Oh, yeah. Did you know that these spirits expect to be fed? You made a pact, an agreement. You did a sex ritual. They will either take you or take someone around you. The reasons you are obsessed with me is because the come to me spells, the love spells, the sex spells, the adore me spells have all reverted back. The reason your man doesn't want to dig you down is because the spells you did with him while focusing on me just caused him to be more attracted to me. So now he doesn't want to lay pipe with you. That's right. No more PVC plumbing for you. No more plastic. He wants to upgrade to copper pipe. Because Miss Bliss only likes the best. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. So I'm wondering what other mistakes you have made. And I'm wondering if you're fully aware or if you're just so chaotic in your life that you don't know what's going on. Peace, Shaka. What's going on? Greetings and bliss. Hope all is well from the Dominican Republic. Yes, all is absolutely well over here. I'm over here manifested, living my best life. And I'm having a good time with some positive people. Yes. So I'm going to play Azazel's Bay 2 videos at the end one more time while we close out. Prior to playing that, I want to wish you well. I wish you abundance. I wish you joy. I wish you prosperity. I wish you wealth and success. Oh, most of all, I wish you guys love. I want you to focus on learning to love yourself, because that's what's going on with these people. That's why they did what they did. They don't love themselves and they don't love anyone else. And that's why the magic is not working. Because this particular magic requires a certain level of love. And none of the other magic work, but that's for other reasons that I noticed. Yeah. But I wish you happiness. And I also want to wish you peace. And I want to wish you a beautiful night, guys. And so we do have another show that's coming up. And that show I'll be speaking about the 40 some odd spells. Yeah, somewhere around 40. And I'll be explaining to you what's going on with those spells and what happened. And then after that, we'll just take it from there, right? I mean, I really want to focus on some other things, but this is something I had to get over. This is something I had to get out. This is something I had to speak about. Because if I don't speak about it, nobody else will. And so if I was targeted, and it was a young lady prior to me targeted, and there were other people in that community that were targeted, most of them don't know they were targeted. Then how do you know how to protect yourself? You're walking around with these types of people. So I'm going to end this with playing Azazel Bay, last 2 videos. Have a beautiful night, guys.
You see, because once you understand that the whole society, everything that you do see and hear is dealing with sexual energy.
Right.
You see, so, but what we can do, there are many things that we can do on a sexual level. As I said before, as your sexual, your orgasm resonates the same as the thought. So you connect those thoughts together. You see, women should never have many lovers. As many lovers, because what happens is men semen leave behind thoughts. They leave behind thoughts. So when if she has more than 1 or 2 lovers a week, 2 or 3 different people, what happens is she becomes scattered and confused. because she's getting different thoughts from different places. And she's confused with her own thoughts. You see, because once you understand that the whole society, everything that you do, see, and hear is dealing with sexual energy.
Right.
You see, so, but what we can do, there are many things that we can do on a sexual level. As I said before, as your sexual, your orgasm resonates the same as the thought. So you connect those thoughts together. You see, women should never have many lovers. You know, have many lovers, because what happens is men's semen leave behind thoughts. They leave behind thoughts. So when if she has more than 1 or 2 lovers a week, 2 or 3 different people, what happens is she becomes scattered and confused because she's getting different thoughts from different places. And she's confused with her own thoughts. When that doesn't happen over a period of time, the black hole has a lot of what's called magnetic energy. So that magnetic energy begins to attract things on the astral plane that you may attribute to angels or this, that, or whatever. She becomes very open to entities could be, there's so many different types, astral zombies, imps are implants, you have psychic implants, you have all kind of things that you must protect yourself 24/7 in the day that we live in right now. If you do not do that, and you are emotionally disturbed and open sexually because of the lack of it, then you are open to pulling in these different entities, and they will come in and produce. When that doesn't happen over